Do. Welcome back to Packworlds Plus, Packworlds Pulse. I'm your host, Bin Sai. Today, Harper on trial in the Packworlds. After turning herself in, she had her first day in front of the Packworlds Justice Council. Fighting in the Outer Rims. The stewards, the breakaway stewards, the corpse fleet and other fringe elements are all fighting, engaging in conflict from here, past Triaxis, all the way out to the Outer Rim. The Vescarium threatens to invade if the Pact Worlds cannot quell their own civil war. Accusations fly at DragonCorp Blue Ion for helping the breakaway stewards, and Triaxis is talking of secession. More on Tree Exit at 11.
Triaxis.
Welcome to this week's episode of Into the Black. I'm your DM, as always, Lincoln, and today my four players are in the top left, Pip the mechanic, in the top right, Klob, the smartest, toughest techno-grunt there is, and also the only techno-grunt there is. In the bottom left, Percy in a, conspiracy theorist's paradise here on Freeport Station, and in the bottom right, played by Lily, is Maynala. When last we left our heroes, they had just been starting to make some friends and understand how this strange place works, this strange pirate republic down here. They've made a couple friends, they've heard who they should stay away from, they're thinking about how they're going to get in touch with some more powerful people, but for the most part, they're laying low. Mm-hmm. Their ship is being worked on by a group of ragtag mechanics led by a catfolk named Katesh, who seems to be high all the time.
Yep.
I would like to mention that I did kind of search all the parts. I don't know why I didn't do this. I have detect tech. Can I just use that to make sure there's no bugs? I don't even know that's the thing I can do.
You can totally inspect all of it, and it's good stuff. It's
okay, cool. We're not being tracked by their equipment.
No, yeah, they're not like that.
That would suck.
And if you do find anything like that, Katesh is like, oh, crap. And they remove it. Can't have that.
That's the commercial version. We didn't mean to put...
Yeah, you gotta get the registration off of that.
The stellar nail files.
Scrub the VIN.
Yeah.
Can I ask questions about the latest news that you were talking about?
Absolutely. We can say you're in your room watching the news feeds.
With chicken.
So you said Triaxis is threatening to secede from the Pact?
Triaxis is threatening to secede from the Pact Worlds.
Exit.
Why would they? Why?
Triaxis is a planet ruled by dragons.
True.
Dragonkin, like Kinks, who you met, they're from Triaxis. There's a lot of Dragon Corps headquartered there. Blue Ion is one of the Dragon Corps that are headquartered there. And the talk from some mostly radical chromatic dragons is saying that, Blue Ion was right to be supporting them. They, this is the way we should be doing things. The Pact Worlds are weak.
I thought it was the other side of things that they were seceding for.
We should leave. We should leave the Pact Worlds. This is not right for us. They're just holding us back. The official statement from Blue Ion is that they had no idea that the contracts they were taking were illegal.
But
I think we should.
Don't we have straight up evidence to the contrary?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but they're denying it for now, and that's what they're gonna do faced with these kind of allegations. It's the only way they can attempt to say
it makes sense that they would say that. I was just making sure that my knowledge was correct.
Your knowledge is correct. You have a ton of incriminating evidence that's like, this is definitely illegal. And they're like, we had no clue. Or if anybody did know, it was just Redrax.
Is Redrax still roaming free? He hasn't been arrested.
Nope.
No. Wait, sorry. Where is Blue Ion and all that station?
Blue Ion is headquartered on
Triaxis. Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, they're not going to imprison him. Those mainland dragons never held accountability.
They might try, but not while there's a war on.
Right. And you said the fighting is going all the way to the
dragon
Outer Rim.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, there's fighting everywhere.
They need the dragon tech too much to actually go to war with them there.
And extradition on Triaxis is a nightmare.
What kind of government does Triaxis have?
Are the
Dragon city-states with supreme executive power.
Draconic oligarchy.
So wait, but are they all planetarily unified? Even though
they have
city-states?
like a council. They have like a UN sort of thing, but like within a dragon's territory, they are the king.
Okay. How would they possibly secede from the pact, I guess? Because that's a thing that they have to do as a planet.
The big whole council has to agree.
Okay.
Like the dragon, United Dragons.
Well, first they vote,
Supermajority or
there's
like
a
what?
referendum.
Right now it's a lot of shouting and breath weapons.
You can't possibly be telling that all it takes is 51% for them to leave the pact.
What is the Scottish equivalent on Triaxis?
It's this is unprecedented. There's all kinds of debate. Like
We'll
it's
move
a
to
mess.
the moon.
It's
I
a
think this-
political mess.
I think specifically on Triaxis, the Scottish equivalent would be like, I don't know, wouldn't it be kobolds?
Yeah, no, it's
Never imagining
constantly
Scottish
oppress them
kobolds.
across.
it's a mess there.
You'll never take our candles.
You're saying so
There's-
the rebel
there's-
stewards who are fighting
There's
some
the-
more of the free captains?
There's the stewards who have this big fleet, but they're currently leaderless and lost a bunch of their best people because they defected. There's this smaller steward breakaway fleet
Which is led
being
by,
supported. There are accusations that Blue Ion is propping them up.
and they're led
um,
by Heinz or whatever his name was.
Dives.
Dives.
And they have fewer ships, but they've got really fancy new ships that have been given to them by the Dragon Corps.
And they were, and Dives might be dead for all we know.
For all you know, Dives is dead. He was wounded last time you talked to him. They also mentioned on the news something called the Corpse Fleet,
All right, Eox.
which you all know about is this Eoxian
Fringe group.
fringe group who broke off and have just been kind of chilling outside the Pact Worlds and sometimes cause problems, but right now they're feeling emboldened.
Oh shit!
This is
Why
a chance for them to come in and do some stuff.
And like it was already a fleet that was
What
big
do
enough
they-
to take on another fleet.
Is it clear what the core fleet wants?
No, there's rumors that like they want to like stage a coup and take over. There's this rumors that they are actually agents of Eox, like they're just pretending to be a breakaway group.
Lily.
Right.
Corpse fleet, like dead body.
I understand that. I wrote it down in my notes, but you
Oh, okay.
pronounce it core.
No.
No.
With an
It's a
E.
fleet of dead people.
Oh, listen. Okay.
I did make the corpse core joke last week.
Yeah.
Lots of other fringe groups are kind of feeling emboldened, like we can get away with a lot of stuff right now while the stewards are busy.
Yeah.
And the Vescarium has said they feel threatened by this civil war happening, and have said if you guys don't get it under control, we're gonna come in and get it under control for you.
Right.
More Vesk Opera houses. I'm all right with that.
What are
one.
they?
Uh-oh.
Not us.
That's me. I'm sure it's fine.
3/4 of us are good.
I was like, for once, it's not us. That's really weird.
Oh, it's usually our house, right?
Is it?
The smoke will let you know.
So anyway, that'll go off in a second. It's okay.
The Vescarium, is it just mostly Vesk who live there?
No reason to be alarmed.
I figured.
Wow.
Part of the show.
Oh man.
You should have played into that. Suddenly an alarm is going off on your ship.
There's an alarm! Look out!
I think the Vescarium is mostly Vesk, yes, because they are pretty insular still, even though they are now at tenuous pact. Are they actually part of the pact worlds, or are they just
No, they're not part of the Pact Worlds. They're an ally. There's a truce. There's a ceasefire. Things are quite stable, but not right now.
But like, get your
Okay.
shit together or we will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we don't like that. We don't like all this instability over there.
if this keeps up, we're just gonna have to take over the whole area? Nothing
Yeah,
we
that's
can
what they're
do.
saying. They're like, this is not acceptable.
What's one
Okay.
solar system, you know?
All right. Got it. Cool.
Excellent.
There's like, I mean, there's tons of outer pact, not outer pact, sorry, outside of the pact worlds. I don't know what those are called. That
pact.
do exist, and some of them have connections with people within the pact worlds. is there any like significant communication from anybody coming from outside of the pact? Like, are people coming in? Are people going out? Is there an exodus of
Yeah, is there a mass
non-Pactians?
exodus or?
There's definitely people from the most violent areas. There's these sort of like refugee fleets fleeing places where there's violent. They feel like there's going to be violence. It's not a big problem right now because this civil war has only gone on like 3 days.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
So it's localized. It's not the entire pact world's freaking out over everything.
no, this has just begun.
Okay, cool.
People are definitely worried. And also there's Jan.
There should
There's
be.
Jan Vakulis who's causing problems.
Right, all the freak out.
Was he on the news?
He was on the news too.
Is the value of
sorry, I
the
missed
euro unit tanking?
It's all weird,
Cosmo.
all kinds of weird economic stuff happening.
Are there?
The Cosmos really plummeting.
What are news?
The credit, yeah.
What are news organizations speculating Jan is? Because we don't know what species he is.
Over the last few days, there's been some like release of evidence that he was once a steward special forces, who undergone all these kinds of crazy genetic stuff, but his original race is been lost, like classified. No one knows.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. I'm just always curious.
So yeah, that's what's going on in the Pact Worlds right now.
Damn, it seems crappy.
Is there any kind of concerted effort to fix the actual disease? Because I mean, not disease. I know it's not a disease, but the pathogen. Because like I know that it didn't get out, but like it still exists.
What do you mean fix?
Like prevent or proactively prevent it
Yeah,
from
what are
being
people
a problem.
saying about her plan? Like, we know that the Triaxis was saying, like, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
It should be bold, but, like, what are other people responding to that?
Every single opinion you can imagine, from like they shouldn't have arrested Harper, they should just blown up her shuttle, to like that similar sort of thing. There's you can go online and like find universities that are like, hey, we're working on stuff. We're studying this thing
Okay.
to try to maybe like make it better or make it an easy way to stop it.
Are we wanted?
Yes.
Yeah,
Big
we established
wanted, or
that
is that
last
like the footnote?
You're not
There's
big
a lot
wanted.
going on. Okay, cool.
No, like
We're
our
like
pictures
wanted for questioning.
are going along the bottom as all this. They don't mention us, but on the bottom, like
Yeah.
in the corner, it says like, wanted for questioning.
Yeah, we're the milk carton children. I understand.
All the TVs that get placed in front of shops, they all have like not hologram like sci-fi hologram like little card hologram, so that if you're one of the people walking past the TV, it shows you our faces. But if you're actually standing and watching it, it's just the TV.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But yeah, you guys are like just sort of wanted,
Interesting.
like because you are very connected with all of this,
Okay.
and they'd like to know what's up.
We could just,
All right.
get out of the system for a bit. Go do
tempting.
some trading and stuff on some other worlds.
We should
Hoping
see
there
if Captain Zidel has any jobs for us that are out of the system.
Do you think that we could flee to one of those, out of pact worlds? There are some people going to them, even if it's not like a ton.
You could. That kind of trip does take like multiple months.
Oh,
To get out of the Pact Worlds?
Yeah. So to go from like one solar system to another takes a really long time.
okay.
Lincoln, one of our viewers asks, are we near Triaxis? Triaxis, pardon.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, we don't really know where we are.
Like, this is wrong because everything orbits, but like, you're here in the diaspora.
up.
There's You're here in the diaspora. There's Eox, and then there's Triaxis right there.
Okay.
So you're not super far. You could go.
True.
Do you, is there an actual like accounting for where the different planets are in their orbits currently, or is this mostly?
At
Good
the
point.
DM's whim.
It's fuzzy, and I just
Okay,
put them
okay,
where
okay.
I want them.
Cool.
It's like Firefly.
They're there. You can get to them. I guess it doesn't matter too much since we use
Drift anyway, yeah.
Drift space anyways, yeah.
I mean, the other question is, even if we were going to stay within the Pact Worlds, like, where would no one look for us besides here?
there's sort of the planets close to the sun, uh, and then there's the stuff like way out there, like the moons of uh, Berethita and Leovara. There's a bunch of moons you could hang out on.
Oh, what's that? Sorry, what's the place that Percy wanted to go to?
Arquand.
Can we go there?
Where is that?
No, it should be on the thing.
Because I don't see it.
Maybe it's under extra planets.
Jake, you can check your book too.
I wanted to ask around if anyone here had been there.
That's a good point. Yeah, I want to help gather that information.
It's a planet in the
Sure.
vast.
Ah,
Is the vast everything outside of the Pact Worlds?
The vast is far from the packed worlds and galactic core.
Oh, okay.
Pockets of the vast exist as close to the galactic core, a well-charted area. I don't, as part of near space. Distance has no bearing on location's inclusion in either region compared to drift beacon density. I didn't understand that at all.
Nope.
words. They happen.
I feed that stuff to the computer. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can figure out if there's any work that appeals to us that might be, lay low worthy. I don't think we could be visiting any big packed world planets right now, especially not places these news cycles are circulating.
Yeah.
But if there's anything that sends us out of the system or anything that keeps us kind of low to the ground here, sounds good.
Yeah. That's kind of my feeling as well. We could either ask for
I,
jobs.
I like it here. It's fun. They like us. They're willing to pay us to do stuff.
Well, that's only going to last so long, is my feeling.
Somewhere in the vast sounds great to me. Nice little tropical planet or something, Hang out with some homemade alcohol.
Can we do like a info gather thing to see if anybody who's here has heard of Arquand?
Heck yeah, you can.
All right, yeah. I say let's go make some friends and find out what we can.
Page 463.
How much Arquand? How many people know about Arquand? Is that?
I've
something
never-
that-
Most people know about Arquand or have heard of it, and
I'm
the
just
story
interested.
is everyone who's tried to settle it has been driven and crazy. People always try to settle it because it's so great there. It's about all the nutrients in the soil, everything grows so easily, all the wildlife is just off the chain hook. It's basically the opposite of Akaton, Pip.
And
But,
now, because
secrets never keep.
But the thing is, obviously these people who make up all these scary stories about oh, I saw my dead grandma, they're totally lying because they just want the land for themselves.
in character, I've never heard of it, but I want to help Percy find it maybe because we had talked about resettling his family on Castrovel, which is now...
That's not an option. I
Yeah.
don't want to send them there.
So vast just means that there's not a lot of drift, satellite thingies there. So it
It's
means
not
travel to the
extraordinary.
vast takes 5d6 days because it's largely unexplored. So they're more
Wow.
difficult to get to than near space. And the risk of a random encounter in the drift can be anywhere from 25% to as high as 50%.
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Drift encounters.
Sounds like an adventure.
Whereas normally a near space drift encounter is 10%.
Well, I would say let's definitely gather some information before we try to do that, but I like the sound of that.
I just figure if we're ever gonna meet anyone who's been there who can tell us the truth, it'd be someone here.
Yeah, totally.
Who would you like to talk to? You've got Zydell, you've got Bloodglaive, you've got...
Well, is there a bar that the pilots go and hang out in, the Top Gun bar?
Yes. It's called the Blind Jump.
We'll go
I
there.
feel like it's probably only for captains, so probably only I can go in. No, I'm just kidding. That was mostly
It's a hot shot, fight pilot jock bar.
Ooh, I need to find some aviators.
Yeah. The sign is a very clearly drunken Yosoki pilot with a Vesk pilot behind him and this little tiny ship that's just veering out of control. They both have dark sunglasses on.
Nice.
If I peek through the window, is everyone wearing dark sunglasses?
No, but it's
It's definitely
you
a
see
theme.
you see some aviators. You see everybody in there looks like pilots. This looks like a pilot
Sweet.
Playing with the boys.
Oh yeah.
Let's try to buy people some drinks and get some info. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll take some charisma checks.
Can do. Can do. Charisma. Boop, 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 boop.
Charisma.
Ghost Percy rolled an 18.
Spooky Percy. Percy's so spooky.
Clob.
I rolled an actual real life 1.
Bringing me down. Pip, you helping or nah?
What was a digital real life?
I would only harm.
I don't know. I mean, these guys are cocky. I feel like you might share some common ground, get along.
I'm an asshole, though.
And like a tentative, like, this guy, I like this guy. I don't want to hang out with him, but I like him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Pip, are you there?
I think I'm trying to think it's coming.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to gather information. I'm just here to drink.
All right, cool.
Best way of
Yeah.
getting information.
Pip, you're just chilling at the bar. Well, Pip, since this is a bar filled with pilots.
Oh.
This bar is
I could maybe do
for
a-
pilots.
Culture check relating to hotshot pilots.
I'd take that. I'd take like a piloting check, just talk to people about ships.
I get a +5 on culture checks about pilots. So
Yeah, do that.
All
Is it
right.
about ships?
it is about
Ships, piloty things.
Where'd it go? I can't find it right this second. But I know it's a +5 about hotshot pilots and stuff.
Nice.
For a culture check. Culture +4, so +9.
It's pretty good.
Just typing out some rolling and setting down my drop down. 16.
16, not bad. You see these two hotshots are arguing, talking about all these maneuvers and their ship's capabilities, and you come over and one of them is making stuff up.
About
One of them
like
is-
his engine and
One of them is saying stuff that is impossible.
and so I want to come in and ask a question and be like, well, then how'd you account for the for Schlugna force, right? Like
Yeah.
that
It's
blows the like the linchpin that blows the whole hole in his thing.
Yeah, you point something out about how his fuel tanks would make that impossible to do if you've got a T-35. How could you reroute the thrusters like that? And he gets all quiet and angry, and the other guys are like, oh.
It's like, OMG, it's Marissa Tomei and my cousin Vinny. Who knew?
Oh my
And
god,
that
it
goes-
is.
Yeah.
That guy storms off,
Same accent too.
and you kind of make friends with these guys.
Yeah, you blend.
Percy, Manala, and Klob, what did you guys do? Klob got a 1. Excellent.
Yep.
Uh,
So I'm like, I think that I'm going to go.
He's drinking quietly at the bar.
Yeah, that's it. Like some guy's just drinking quietly at the bar by himself. I go up and from 2 chairs over, I'm just like, yeah, come here all the time. And he actually comes here all the time.
He looks over at you. The left side of his face is a metal plate. And he's
Whoa.
drinking something through a straw.
How'd you get that one? Is there like a chop shop around here? Does it
He glares,
Vision? It's heat vision, right?
turns back to what he's
Definitely.
doing.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
I'm gonna
Good
get
talk.
murdered.
Scoot 1 or 2 chairs over towards him. So I was talking to my friend about Archon the other day.
You start talking to this dude, and he's not listening. Or he doesn't appear to be.
He actually turned off that ear. That's the plate
Percy
one.
and Maynala, you both did pretty well. What would you like to know? What are you asking people about? You find some.
Anyone's
You
ever
find
been
this.
there or knows anyone's been there?
I'm kind of going for the I'm hot and I'm just passing through and also here's some beers. I'm bringing up this random topic after a little bit.
You guys want to go to Archon?
Percy, you're walking around and you see there's this female half-orc who sort of is sitting in a booth. Seems like she's waiting for someone. And when you ask around, you're told that she's sort of she's a homesteader. She runs trips out into the crazy wilds to help people set up homesteads. So if you want someone who's been everywhere, she's the one.
Perfect.
Great.
Maynala, who do you want to talk to?
I mean, I'm trying to also get information about Archon, but my approach is different, I guess.
You
Describe
probably want to
me.
go up to like the group of pilots that are all like kind of drunk, and then they're going to start competing for you.
Yeah, that's kind of the ideal situation, and I can bring over like some beers. So, space beers, whatever those are.
They're all of these dorks, and they're all
Great.
trying to like one up each other and like
Mhm.
impress you, and it's
Ideal
embarrassing.
situation.
I've got a cousin from Arc 1. Well, I've got a brother from Arc 1.
It's
Well, I'm on Arc
embarrassing.
1 right now.
This is great. Excellent. But yeah, just I want to know what I can. I've heard it's a wonderful place, but then I've also heard some strange stories, and I know you're all so well traveled, and I figured if anybody knew, it would be you.
We'll do Pip's first. We'll come back to Pip, and we'll be back to you. Pip, you've got this group of they're fighter pilots. You're finding out they're mercenary fighter pilots, and just for you, yes, one of them is a kitsune and one of them is an Aarakocra. They're pretty cool. What do you want to talk to? What do you want to ask these mercenary fighter pilots? You're silent.
You are.
We're trying to gather information about Archon, right?
Right?
So, I'll just straight up ask. Anybody been out Archon ways?
What's up,
They say no. It's there's not a lot of work out there. They say why? Do you know got any leads out there?
Just a bit, but not for work. More for claiming land and things, resources.
You sure you want it? People go out there go crazy.
Yeah, what'd you hear?
One of them leans in and is like, I knew some folks who took a job protecting some homesteaders who went out there. They came back different. They were not the same person anymore.
Like what kind of not the same person? Like just like they had such a great enlightened time, they found their inner selves, or like they're all serial killers now.
The second one.
Uh-oh.
They like the guy who I knew, he came back and he like couldn't hold a conversation. He would get distracted by stuff. He would have night terrors.
What was that you were saying? Couldn't hold a conversation. Never mind.
He would just like gaze off into the distance and start talking nonsense. He was convinced he could see the future. It's bad. And he forgot how to fly.
Well, that's worse.
The rest of them say, yeah, he's weird psychic stuff.
Well, yeah, that can't happen to me because I never learned. Because this is an Aarakocra, right?
Yeah. He has like a 4-second pause, and then he just starts cackling. Oh God. Yeah, they say we never been, but we hear there's a there might be. You've ever heard of a paste?
A paste?
Yeah.
Well, we heard of a
That planet
pasta.
way out. Yeah.
There's a pasta joint right down the street.
It's that planet way out in the rim where they got all the weird, cool tech.
I like weird, cool tech. Tell me more.
Well, I got a cousin whose wife's friend, it works in one of the chop shops out there where they bring the junk up out of the creepy tunnels down below, and then they like try to make it work. And she's been doing some stuff about like psychic shielding. And really has been kind of wanting somebody to like do something. I don't really know. I wasn't really listening. They kind of talk a lot, but something about that planet talking about.
Paste.
This guy is so great.
All right.
Doesn't really listen.
Like Michael Pena and Ant-Man. I was like,
He's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Paste's also, it's like way out at the edge of the system. The only one further is Octurne,
Right.
which has like nobody on it. So
I
Paste
see.
is kind of like a jumping off point for these trips.
Anyone else got any other good leads that lead in the general direction of out of the system?
They're all kind of like, hell no, all the jobs are here.
Yeah, but like, you've seen me. Like, I would like to be not in the system for a little while.
And they're like, well, not really, but we hear anything, we'll tell you.
All right.
See you around, man.
See ya.
So Pip.
Oh, one of them says,
That's so Pip. Sorry, go ahead.
one of them says, like, hey, you got your big ship, right?
Yeah?
You got a fighter?
We want one.
I have one. I don't need it.
You offering it?
I have an extra one. Yeah, it's not great. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, we don't need great. We just need something that'll fly.
It does that pretty well.
All right, yeah. I mean, we're docked in here, there, and that.
Yeah, he's like, thanks. Like, honestly, this is cheaper than trying to throw it away.
Great.
Disposing of the batteries, it's really difficult.
It's a pain.
You have to
Uh,
annihilate them.
It's all
Cool,
about
not
clean
cool.
recycling.
So that's what Pip learns. Percy,
Yep.
female half-orc homesteader.
Is she drinking anything?
Yeah.
Can I identify the drink?
It looks like an orcish ale of some kind, or like an orcish blood mead.
Cool. I'll try and order one of the closest of that and bring it over.
Cool. For yourself or for her?
For her.
Okay.
I'm not interested in blood mead.
It's pretty good.
Bloody Mary.
I'll
looks
take their
the
word for it.
You bring it over. She looks you up and down. She's like bigger and muscular and has tusks. And she just kind of looks you up and down and says, "Kind of admire the balls on you, but not really my type."
Oh, no, I just wanted to talk. This is just so you talk to me. I'm not interested in... Thank you. I'm flattered.
Wow, Percy's doing
I just don't...
She takes
How
it
do you
and says,
want to
"This is you're trying too hard for me not to humor this. Have a seat."
Go Percy.
Sorry.
Go.
Listen, I hear that you work with homesteaders.
Yeah, I fly him out there.
What planets in particular?
Oh, I've been out to half the rocks in the Green Nebula. I've been out to Octurne. I've been to some of the Vesk frontier planets.
Yeah. My family actually works
Sorry, what was the planet you wanted to go to? I forget its name.
Arquand.
I've been to Arquand.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Percy.
Pleasure, Larir.
Nice to meet you. My family, we're from Akaton.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's not great. Farm got eaten up. Literally eaten up.
Locusts,
not good.
sharks.
Like ground sharks.
They have
So I was trying to relocate them, and I got them enough money. They were on their way to Castroville. As I'm sure you've heard, it's not the best place to be headed right now.
No, that's what I'm seeing.
More likely to be
She
headed.
looks up
if
at
you
the
know what I'm
TV.
saying.
Looks up at the TV, and there's footage of a space battle that had happened over Castroville.
Yeah, it looks nuts. Glad I'm not there. Be crazy to see something like that in real life, right?
Would be. It is. It is crazy.
Yeah. So as it stands, I need to relocate my family. I was wondering if you had any advice on good places for them to possibly settle.
Not Arquand.
Interesting.
Zombie
Why?
conspiracy.
It was terrible. There's some strange psychic stuff going there. I was in orbit, and this group of Lashunta homesteaders went down on their shuttles, and they were supposed to put them on autopilot and send them back up. They didn't, and when I tried to turn on the shuttle's sensors to try to look at them or talk to them, they were all dead except for one, who was just staring off into the distance.
How do you know he didn't just go crazy by his own, issues and kill them?
I don't. I have no intention of finding out, though.
Did he
If
ever
you're
come
looking
back,
for
or
a...
did you just?
No, I didn't go back.
No, I'm saying, did he ever come back, or did you leave him there?
I waited. He never moved.
Oh, weird.
I'm not going back there.
It's completely fair.
Listen, if you're looking for somewhere to settle your family, there's about 1,000 rocks that are a better choice. And, you know, if they're from Akaton, I feel like they're probably tough enough.
Gotcha. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, ask her about anywhere that's really good for farming, because that's what your family's
I
good
want to
at.
sense motive to see if she's lying to me.
Do it. Sense motive. She appears to be honest.
Percy wants to believe she's lying.
Percy says, but if you really, really are dead set on going, Apaste is where they got... they do most of those trips jump off from.
Got it. It's like the base camp.
It's like the furthest out spaceport.
Cool. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Well, I get your number just in case we do end up picking one of those, like the green rocks you said, something like that, and I need someone to transport my family.
Sure. Here's my card.
Gotcha. Thanks. Have a nice night. Enjoy that drink. It's on me. Not literally on me. Then I'd be damp. It's on the table.
You get this like smirk of like this human is delightfully awkward.
I'd be dead.
Maynala, back to you.
Yeah.
What questions do you want to ask your group of idiot, half-drunken pilots?
Have any of them actually ever been there? Do you need me to roll like insight to see if they're all lying?
No, you don't need to do that. None of them have ever been there. They know it's illegal to go there.
What? Is that true?
Like it's like discouraged.
To go where?
To this
Arquand.
Oh, to Arquand. Oh, wow.
to
okay.
Arquand. Because it's so dangerous. Like it's not like illegal, but like you can't get the permits to like
Sure.
legitimately colonize it.
Fair.
So if you go, you're just squatting.
Okay. And then
I just noticed Percy's portrait is inverted.
You did the...
Yeah, I did it. It did it in bold or not roll 20. My bad.
what were they gonna say? So none of them have ever been there, but like, yeah, I guess if they just have any stories, like of people they do know who went, or rumors they've heard, or anything about like the origin of these rumors, like if they start at a certain time, like it used to not be that way, and then something seems to have happened, and then they started hearing these stories. Anybody who's old might know that. I don't know.
They tell you a lot of the same stories you've heard. That there's
Okay.
like, psychic stuff happening. It seems
Yeah.
bad. One of them talks about having worked with a guy who had worked with this sort of like missionary thing where they thought it was like demons or something, and a bunch of solar knights went to go try to cleanse it
Okay.
and had no luck. And
Huh.
they tell you that that guy works in the citadel at the sun now, the big solar citadel.
Oh, okay. In like the quit that. Yeah, that city inside the sun, right?
Yes.
That's what's it called again? I know what you're talking about.
It's
the,
not
like,
Saren
floating
Ray, but they
hills.
worship Saren Ray there.
The Burning Archipelago.
Yes, which sounded so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So they thought whatever was going on was being caused by demons.
Maybe, and they went to check, and they had little luck.
Mhm.
No one seems to understand what its deal is.
Did people who went there to do that make it out? Or
Most of them did. They were all like clerics and paladins and stuff, so they were pretty well prepared.
got it. Yeah, and I guess just beyond that, asking if I guess for like general advice, like, you know, they live these wild, rough lives. If any of them have family or people they care about left alive, like, did they resettle them somewhere, or like, how do they deal with that?
Mostly like hospitals and mental wards and medical attention.
Oh, no. Like, for them, just they're a pirate. They are wanted people.
Yeah.
How do they protect those they love
They,
from the ramifications of their life of crime?
you get the impression people here don't have a lot of family.
Okay, yeah. That's also...
Or if they do, they're here.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Just trying to get like a sense for that. Just
Yeah.
Because this is for Percy. Yeah, I guess if I can ask more beyond that, like if they know places that are good to resettle, I'm like, look, I have this friend, his family's farm got eaten, and they're an Akaton anyway, so it sucks. And I want them to be able to go somewhere else where they're going to be able to like not have a crappy life.
They say you get the impression there's lots of these sort of rocks, green rocks that you could go out to and settle, if you're willing to live out there.
Interesting. Okay. Are there any that like in particular that like have more decent trades than some of the others? Like it seems like some of them might be pretty isolated.
They're all very isolated.
Okay. There's not one that's like more hub-ish.
Not really. This is the packed worlds.
All right. Yeah. I guess I'm looking for more town than like Hamlet, but I guess it's too much to ask. So, all right, cool. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm interested in. So,
Excellent. Any other information you'd like to gather at this pilot bar? Klob, the dude you're talking to,
He's opened up and loves me?
has, but only about cybernetics.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. I want the name of his guy, though. His guys.
He gives you the name of his Ripper Doc.
Cool.
Ripper Doc.
Yeah.
it's only super cool.
Excellent.
Cool. Yeah.
Excellent. As you guys head out, where would you like to go? Back to the ship to help with repairs? Talking to anybody?
I think we should see what kind of jobs. Zidel was the aquatic captain, right, for the Blackfin?
Yes.
I think I want to see what jobs he might have before we head out. I like him.
He is cool.
Yeah, and I don't need to like go to his ship to do that necessarily. I can just like ping him and be like, "Yo, what up? Got jobs," but not really. I don't know. Maybe there's like a inter Freeport Slack that you can like tune into when you're in Freeport, and you can see what jobs are listed. I don't know.
Well, if you'd like to go talk to him, he's happy to have you greet you, and he says, I might have something. I've been meaning to run some cargo back to Callow-Mahoy.
Callow-Mahoy?
Yes, the home world of the Callow. And he says, but I haven't had a chance. Would you be willing to? It's away from most of the fighting.
That seems like a great chance for us. Yeah.
Excellent. Would you like to come grab it now?
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, sorry, are y'all good with this?
What's Callow? I'm sorry.
He is a Callow.
He's a fish person.
Oh, the Callow are the fish people. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot about that. Got it. Never mind.
Sorry, and the name of the planet is Callow Ahoy.
Mahoy.
Yeah.
Callow Ahoy.
Yep.
Nihoy
Correct.
Nimoy.
Nimoy Nima Ahoy.
If you accept, he gives you sort of these 3 sort of like 2 foot by 3 foot crates, 2 foot by 3 foot by like 1.5 feet crates that seem to have some kind of biostasis thing on them.
Okay.
I'm not about that, but I'll allow it.
And he says, just keep them charged and don't open them.
No problem.
It's River from Firefly.
Is this
Not big enough for a human girl.
Is this guy
That's a pretty
old?
small box that she was in.
Is Captain Zidel old?
No.
Oh, okay.
You'd consider him like the human equivalent of like just turned 40.
Not old enough. Okay, never mind. Cool. All right, sounds good. We'll carry these back, and that's one job. And I don't know if I want to gather a couple more jobs before I leave. But
You
yeah,
slept with Mr. Vesknasium before. Don't even.
You know
He
what?
had an old soul.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do in the moment. That night, I was feeling young. Today, I might be feeling like old fish. I don't know.
Oh, that smells.
But yeah, I would say we'll put these in smuggling holes, and then I don't know if we want to try to gather some more jobs before we leave. So it's kind of up to y'all.
What sort of jobs would you want?
I'm saying to Klob and Percy and Pip if they want some other jobs.
Other jobs?
Yeah,
I mean,
if we're delivering something, we might as well see if there are any jobs along that route that we can deliver other things.
right. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
But only if they lead us out of here. Other than that, I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
We could talk to Bloodglaive. We could talk to the Queen if we want to. But I kind of was waiting until we did a couple more jobs before talking to the Queen.
Can we just like put out a bulletin? I'm sure there's like a neighbor app that's like looking
That's
for
what I
work
said.
and stuff like that, and be like, "Hey, the Red Rock is open for."
That totally exists.
You know, like Uber matching. We are on this path to Ahoy Nimoy. If anybody's got any other work in that direction, let us know.
What sort of jobs are you interested in?
I mean, we can just check all the boxes and see what comes in, right? But I would assume smuggling seems low key.
Smuggling, we're in for. Let me look back at my notes to see also what kinds of jobs.
Not down for like raiding and killing and stealing.
You were less down for that.
Yeah,
Unless
you
there's like
see,
really bad people.
There's a couple more smuggling jobs, and there's a thing for someone who would like. There's been a lot of fighting around Eox and Triaxis. They want somebody to go in and salvage some junk, some tech from the ships, and then take it to Aposte.
Where is this? Where's the junk right now?
It's sort of like between Eox and Triaxis.
You do that.
There's been some heavy fighting. It's kind of underway.
Yeah.
Guys, I think someone wants us to go to Aposte.
Antipasta.
I kind of want you to because I just turned to it and it looks really cool.
That's fine.
I like this story.
Yeah,
There's twin sisters there.
we can do that salvage run.
Yeah, we got a couple jobs.
There's jobs in the opposite direction. There's some sort of requests for like a ship on Verces, which is a tidally locked planet, where one side is always in sun and the other side is always in darkness.
Cool. And there's like a little band around the edge where people live, right?
Yeah.
Halo music plays.
I don't remember who said this, but there was something last time about Aberact Industries.
Go on.
I have it in my notes, like parts and supplies, like fuel and medicine. It says from Aberact Industries.
Oh yes. Yeah, people would want like help running fuel and medicine and supplies to these planets that are kind of being like neglected by the war.
Yeah, so that's another kind of job we could take. It's running supplies, basically. Fuel, medicine, they're big ones. Basically, what I'm saying is we could be Balto.
You could totally be Balto.
Balto only did the last leg.
Totally Balto.
Sure did. Did the hell out of it.
Balto buzzkill.
But yeah, if there's any jobs like that, we could do those.
Cool. You guys headed back to your ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get back and you see that that little mini fighter has been brought alongside. It's got a big tarp over it. Katesh and everybody's working. It's kind of getting late and they're all sort of packing up for the night. Sort of finishing things.
I don't think I've met Katesh before this.
Katesh is this, you see this catfolk smoking something all the time.
Just always.
Yeah, or just takes a break to do something. They are like in this baggy jumpsuit, and just the way they carry themselves makes their gender almost impossible to figure out. And they're packing up for the day.
Cool. And I'm gonna just admire the ship with my layman's eye and just be like, this looks like amazing work.
It is definitely already looking better.
Oh my God, this thing's still such a piece of shit. I got so much to do.
Yeah. And now you got this little fighter here.
Yeah.
Nice. It's just sitting there, like it got
It's just
delivered.
sitting
already?
there like on a trailer with a tarp over it.
When Katesh, when did this thing get here?
Some guy brought it.
Yeah, friend of mine.
I asked.
I don't ask a lot of questions about these things.
Friend of mine. It's free. We're gonna put it in the cargo hold and have a little fighter launch bay. It'll be fine.
Well, that's
Nice.
cool. Well, I could put some launch tubes in for you.
That would be
Really?
perfect.
Yeah, I'll put one of those. Are easy.
Really? That sounds very complicated. To be
No,
honest.
not really. It's just a tube,
Okay.
and then you let the air evacuating suck the ship out. It's really cool.
Does just the vacuum tube open, or does the whole cargo bay have to open for
Just
that
the
to work?
tube. That's why I'm putting the tube in. So it's just the tube.
Nice. That's cool.
Because
So it's
otherwise, it'd have to be the
basically
whole
just an
cargo
airlock
bay, and that sounds inconvenient.
So it's just an airlock tube, and the ship is on wheels. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That's the kind I'm gonna make you.
Nice.
Um,
Just how many more days does Katesh think it'll take to finish outfitting the ship?
not too long.
Couple days.
Yeah, a couple days probably.
All right. Yeah. We can wait here till then and then be on our way with our jobs. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Just to let you know, the fancy cargo tubes, they actually just cast time stop on anything in them, so you get to fly straight into them full speed. You just have to not miss.
Um,
And plus full ejection speed when you turn it off.
that night, Klob, you have a dream.
I have a dream.
You do have a dream.
Is my totem on me?
Your totem is on you.
Okay.
It's just like before. That little clearing with a little brazier glowing, giant shadowy presence just outside of the clearing with these sort of yellow glowing eyes that occasionally look at you.
Yeah, this sounds fine. So can I see outside of that shadowy
we're not
presence,
gonna-
or is it just like the clearing is all that exists?
It's as if the shadowy
I was-
presence is all around you. It's so big, it's like you have this giant form curled up around this clearing like a cat.
Okay. Do I have control over Klob?
Totally.
But why?
I'm gonna shout out.
I have an important question.
Mhm.
The bra. What's making it glow?
The brazier. Yeah. The coals in the
Brazier.
It's
in
a
the bra.
brazier.
Brazier.
No, it's a brazier.
A brazier is
It's a
okay.
brazier. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Brazier.
I'm on a lot of cold medicine.
Go cold.
Hey guys, what was the race?
Anyway,
Wait,
there's a
I was gonna make
jockstrap
a joke. Fine.
filled with glowing coals.
As the bralette shines out from the edges
Brazier,
of the clearing,
whatever.
I would like to.
No, this is
It's
amazing.
a jockstrap. Because it's a dream.
This is great. I love it.
Anyway, whatever it is.
Can I? So okay, I want to call out like, who's there? Stay back! Come here! Reveal yourself! I don't want to know though. Really,
It says,
what's going on?
you know who I am. And
No.
you are not ready to see me.
I don't know who you are.
It says,
I want to see you though.
you carry my totem. But you do not carry it to somewhere it can grow.
I don't know what it is. Where can it grow?
It needs a home, a planet. It cannot grow on this cold, dead rock.
Take it
Like
to
any
Aqua.
planet? Which planet?
One that is alive.
Oh my god.
Green rock. Green rock.
Aren't most of them alive? And I'm really confused.
Take it to Eox. It'll be really pissed.
The fuck
like-
is this?
You had one job.
Well, I'll find the planet, but I don't know who you are. You're wrong. He said, "I know who it is," or it said.
There's sort of like the brazier sort of flares up, and the light cuts through the shadowy stuff around you, and you get this glimpse of this strange, giant, sort of draconic, proto-draconic, semi-saurian creature.
Damn it, Dendar's coming after all my dudes.
like it's very much a dragon mixed with like a T-Rex.
Okay. That's cool. Gold!
In a cool way, not in a dumb way.
Oh,
No, the other half of each of them.
It can't see the burglars if they hold still.
You don't need the ring, you just stop.
Bilbo moved really slowly. That was his only trick.
And it says, find find a home for my totem, or I will have to awaken and do it myself.
That sounds like it's easy. I don't like the way you said that. Who are you? No dreaming.
Yep. You can do some research on dragon totems if you want to.
Yeah, totally. I will. I guess. Sorry, are we already in transit?
No, it's that night, and you're all
Okay.
getting ready. That night.
I'll like
Pip.
down. I'll go to the.
Oh, you get up, Club?
Yeah, I'll get up and like sneak off the ship, and I'm gonna go to the library, which is just a podium that you stick a plug into, and it syncs with your computer.
Sure.
And I like download all documents regarding dragon totems, dragonkin totems, anything regarding dragons and totems. In fact,
that thing I tried to do hella days ago when I read everything at that fancy library.
but you didn't tell me you did it, right? That was in secret because you thought that something was up. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I do basically. I just repeat everything Maynala does, unless I somehow do it better.
It's just funny.
We'll come right back to that. Pip, you get up to like go to the bathroom or something, or like just like touch the engine so you can go back to bed.
You gotta make sure it's resonating at the right frequency.
Yeah, it's like not even on, but you still do it.
No, it's like it's been humming at like a B flat, and it's supposed to be more like a B sharp, and so I just literally go there and like I turn one little like nut, and I'm like, yeah, that's better.
Something only you would hear. And you're like, no, yeah. All right, now I can sleep. And as you're going back, I need a perception check from you.
Ooh, I have that. I have that in plus 11 variety. Bam!
You're sort of walking around, and you're walking back to your bunk, and you just sort of see a panel, and it looks wrong. You're not sure why. Like one wall panel looks like it was messed with.
I mean, I know this guy's working on the ship, but I'll just go take a quick peek.
Like all the panels open. Do you open the panel?
Yeah.
You open the panel.
Like the idea is that I want to like close it right, but first I'm just gonna open it and check, and then close it.
You open it a little bit to kind of like look in there and make sure there's not anything like jammed in there, and you see a humanoid form, sort of wedged in between the like vertical rafters, like the vertical ribs of the ship, and they look dead.
These dudes are storing dead fucking bodies in our ship to get rid of them?
Nope. Looks like they've been dead quite a while. And then your sleepy brain kind of wakes up, and you're looking at an Eoxian. And then they lunge at you.
Great.
Uh,
Hi, Rosie. She just
um,
tuned in.
can I get an opposed strength check?
Yeah. Let me just fail that for you real quick.
Zombie versus the rat.
The
Do you
mouse
mean
resists.
athletics?
I do.
Because I'm just as bad at that. It's the same.
Can I convince you it's piloting my own body?
I'm gonna
I'm
engineer my way out of this situation.
You are pinned down easily by this person, this creature. They're sort of big. They're sort of muscular.
Yeah.
And had really contorted themselves in there.
May I react with a free action?
Yeah.
Fuck! Shit! Dead people!
Yes.
I see dead people.
They pin you down,
Kicking
hand
my ass.
at your throat, and you see them pulling this vicious-looking knife out that starts to glow this sort of deep blue purpley light.
I'd like to react with one more free action before he stabs me.
Yes.
Help! Help! Help!
Does the crew respond?
The hand goes up like this, and then you hear a snapping sound, and as it comes down, it ends right here. And they're kind of confused for a moment, and then these large, pale jaws around sort of the top of them and fling them away. And in the shadowy sort of corridor, you look up, and there is this very strange-looking draconic creature sitting there that coughs up some zombie, and it says, "Get away from Pip!"
Chicken?
As you say that, the sort of zombie creature gets up and fumbles to pull a gun out, and this draconic creature goes over and tackles it and just starts mauling it.
What?
I'm so
This
confused.
Creature is the size of a large dog, a little bigger than a large dog.
Digivolved!
Is Chicken the dragon T-Rex? Just wondering.
I think that's what just happened. Your dragon T-Rex is like, I'm gonna come into the world, and it embodied itself in chicken, maybe? But it's definitely still chicken at the controls.
The chicken was Agumon and now he's Greymon.
You watch this zombie person get ripped apart.
But where did it come
And after long seconds of silence, there is now just this dragon creature sitting on its haunches, looking at you, and it's just sort of looking at you.
Chicken, have you always been like this?
No, the whole time I knew you, I was a chicken.
Right, but like before that? Has this ever happened before?
I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I guess you know. So, yeah.
I called it! I knew he was a dragon! I said it the moment we met this chicken! It was a good idea to get this chicken, yes! I'm just dancing in the hallway.
Chicken also starts dancing.
We heard
Not
the
really
call
sure
for
why
help.
you're dancing.
And you
So
come out and I'm
I-
But then
dancing.
you all run down, and now you see Pip dancing with a dragon.
What the hell happened? What is
It's
this?
chicken! I told you, it's chicken!
It's chicken!
What?
It's
This thing ain't chicken!
It's chicken!
I look at Percy and I'm like, I don't believe it. Run a bioscan.
The mouse is crazy. Wait, does it
Um,
actually look like the thing that I saw in my dream?
Showing 99.98 genetic similarity between chickens and dinosaurs, but that could just be because they're chickens and dinosaurs.
Let's ask it only a question.
Telling me the
Chicken
chicken
knows
is
the
a
answer to.
dinosaur.
Obscure trivia about that show.
What
Who the chicken?
action figure did I give you?
Ooh.
Chicken remembers the name. DM does not.
I think it was the Yellow Ranger,
It
wasn't
was
it?
the Ranger Eric Joker with the lightning whips.
Solar
You
Defender.
can also ask really obscure Solar Defenders trivia.
Yeah.
In
In
the
what
season 2 finale.
In what episode did the Red Ranger discover that she was actually half Shadow Dragon? And he says, Season 4, Episode 2, The Long Night of Nothing.
It's chicken! I told you chicken was a dragon. I told you chicken was a dragon. In
Chicken.
your faces, all of your faces.
And as you're all doing this, Bree comes like kicks the door in with like a shotgun.
Like,
And
no,
looks at
it's
what's
chicken.
happening, and looks at like Pip dancing and the dragon and all of you, and it's like she's clearly super groggy and like terribly hungover.
Oh,
And
sorry.
she's
The
like,
shouting was about the Eoxian.
oh shit. Are we good?
She's stepping in it. She's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, where did that come from?
I mean, there might be some more of them. We should probably look.
What did you do? Where did this guy come from?
He was in the panel.
You're all very loud.
Sorry, Bree.
Oh, here. We're like I lean into my room because we're just in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
I lean into my room, into my medicine cabinet. I grab it's like super Advil, and I toss her some.
She like takes the lid off and like takes the whole thing. And
One
she's
time they
like,
gave me a horse sterilizer. It did nothing.
I owe you.
Sterilizer. Fucking shit am I saying? Yeah.
You said he was in a panel of our ship?
Yeah,
He
right
was
over
like-
here, and I open the panel again,
It's a really small space that he had folded himself into.
like a fucking Suliban in
So you
Enterprise.
didn't open those crates.
Crates.
This is not from the crates, right?
What
No.
crates?
Cool.
You
The
brought-
crates from Captain Zidell.
No, the crates have life readings.
Do we scan the crates?
No, but I
We're
mean
not
they were
supposed to
set up
open
for like biosustainability, right?
Yeah,
For
biostasis.
biostasis chamber. That could be for fruit. That could be for anything. You don't know.
I mean, we should
Organs.
probably scan them later, but right now, computer,
Bloop.
are there any more undead life signs on my fucking ship?
On life signs?
Dead life signs.
I'm sorry, Captain Awesome Pip, but my sensors cannot detect undead auras.
Back.
Detect magic. Can magic
Oh,
detect
detect the
undead?
magic.
I don't remember.
Mm-mm. The undead are really hard to detect.
God, I wish I was my paladin right now.
Remind me to tell. Remind me to tell Katesh to put in some unlife sensors.
Reminder set for tomorrow morning for Captain Awesome Pip.
on life stuff.
Is there a way? I mean, undead. Do they have thoughts?
Yes.
Not all undead are intelligent though. So intelligent
Can I
undead have
do-
thoughts.
I'd like to do my detect thoughts thing. Like it comes out in a cone, and I'd like to just walk around the ship, and I can scan the panels, and I'll tell Pip that's what I'm doing.
And I'll do
Yeah.
the same thing with
The
detect tech in
unintelligent
case
ones
they have
probably just think, grrr.
You find nothing except as you come
Great.
back, you sort of glance at the ripped apart one on the floor, and you hear in your mind, all right, I think I can roll myself back out of the airlock. I just need them to go back to bed.
And the head just starts rolling.
It's not dead. He's not dead yet.
Oh, I pull out a laser pistol. Point blank in the forehead of this thing.
Yeah. Now it's dead.
Great, now I forgot last year.
We probably should have asked it some questions first.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Well,
Overrated.
I think if anybody knows, it'd be Takesh, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
They were the one that was messing around with the ship.
Yeah.
Installing new panels.
I mean, he's got a whole crew in here, too. It could have been any of his men.
Maynala Chicken, who is now this sort of unusual sort of gold and white dragon.
Beautiful colors.
Beautiful.
I compliment it.
Thanks.
Does Chicken
Kind
look
of
like
is-
a Chinese dragon rather than like a Western dragon?
Sort of halfway between. You're getting a very sort of like beautiful regal vibe.
Looks like a T-Rex dragon to me.
And Chicken kind of puts that giant head on your shoulder, Maynala, and is looking over your shoulder at all the stuff you're looking at.
Yeah.
Just to
Hey.
be adorable.
So when was the last time this happened?
When I was at home, before I had to leave.
Where's home?
Tree Axis?
Wait. What? I'm trying to form a question. Like, is this your final form? Is what I'm trying to ask.
Metal Greymon?
I'm confused.
Or Metal Greymon.
Are
What do
you
you
really
mean?
a chicken?
I mean, I'm really a chicken when I'm a chicken.
Were you born like this?
As far as I know,
Okay.
I've been
What
told
came first?
How did
You
you-
or the egg?
How did
the
you
egg.
come to look like a chicken?
I practiced. I can turn into a chicken. Chicken.
Easy.
Got it.
Do you
I-
still eat the
I'm
same
not as
amount
good
of
at
food when
other
you're a chicken
stuff.
form?
People are hard.
People are really hard.
Dragon again.
Wait, he just went back and forth real quick?
Yeah.
All right, well, keep. I would say pretty awesome. So you should keep it on the lowdown. I can do some really cool things with my antennae, but I don't tell anybody about it because then it's more awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do with your antennae?
Why do you want to know?
No? Dude on Pip.
And then I'm like, the chicken. See, it's cooler now.
Would any of you here know much about dragons?
You know what? I actually I'm gonna say yes because Klob is interested in archaic shit because generally speaking, Noir are and we make our own history.
Well, then I would
And-
take like a mysticism check or a culture check.
I'm only
Culture, I
interested in
would
the
love.
biologically, probably, so probably not.
I'd be more interested in the cultural side and if there's any relevant scientific side, then yeah, but
Yeah.
no, cultural side. So there we go. 13 for culture.
You don't recognize the kind of dragon that Chicken appears to be.
That's not a. Is he even a really? I don't know if he's really a dragon.
He looks pretty much like a dragon to me.
I
If
don't
he is,
know. I've
he's
heard
like
of a lot
he's
of
like a
dragons.
rare strain or something.
Look, when
You should
I
look
was,
that up.
Oh my
When I
god, he's
was
the
in-
lost dragon prince.
When I was back in school,
I
I did
do.
a paper, a report, you
If
might
I'm
call
trying
it.
to identify a rare species, I do have the DC decreased by 5. I could try.
You could try.
Like, doing research to try.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like 3 a.m. by the way.
fine, I'm interested in that.
This is big news.
Wait. The bigger news is how the hell. Whatever. I guess it's not.
Hang on, I have to add something to it.
Plus a
you got them.
zillion.
Oh god,
Wait.
now it's inverted lily.
Is this life science or culture? Actually, it doesn't matter. They're both 9. So, that.
15. You think you do some look at you do some searching, and you think Chicken is a wormling royal dragon.
Fucking said it.
I tell everyone, I'm like, I think you're this. And I show Clob the picture, and I'm like, and then I show Percy, and I'm like, and then I just throw it at Pip.
That's not a dragon. I didn't even see that when I did my research. Can't be.
Why did you leave Triaxis?
I don't
And when?
know. I was really little, but like
Did someone take you?
kind of.
Was that man I found you with?
He was one of them, yeah. What I had heard later was that like it wasn't safe for me, so we had to leave.
Oh.
And I don't know. I'd never been back.
What about your family?
I never really had one before.
You have one now. I hug Chicken.
Oh my god.
You get this big dragon hug. Chicken is about as big as you are.
It's fair. I feel very attached to Chicken. I think we all do.
You all definitely do.
Chicken's the best.
Even Pip in his own grumpy way.
Are you kidding? Look at Pip. He's jumping up and down, dancing with the chicken.
Fair enough.
To be fair, he was dancing because he was right.
Okay,
Yes, fair
I'm going to say this has been a really big night, but we should probably let Bree sleep and all quiet down. And then mentally, just to the 3 of you, I'm going to say, like, we need to fucking talk about this shit, but I want Chicken to go to bed.
Chicken goes to bed, not turning back into a chicken,
It's fine.
just curled up as a dragon.
Is his room too small now, or is it fine?
No, his room is still a fine size.
Okay.
It's going to become too small eventually. He's a dragon.
We'll get a bigger ship by then.
What did you attack? Okay, Cat is going.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna like telepathically to all y'all be like, let's meet in the like cafeteria or kitchen or whatever the fuck we have on this ship.
Mess hall.
holodeck.
Yeah.
Now the holodeck's in mid-construction right now because it's getting turned into a fighter launch bay.
Oh, you're taking the holodeck out and putting it in a fighter launch bay.
Yeah, I think that's how we did that.
If we have to give something up, that's the thing to give up because we haven't used it yet.
Mhm.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna meet up and be like, I think Percy's intuition is right. He's a long lost, like royal prince or some shit, and there was a coup or something. Like we gotta keep this guy safe.
Yeah, I think you're just making shit up now.
I'm telling you what my research found. He's of this royal bloodline of dragons. It's incredibly rare. It'd be very weird if he wasn't royal.
He did say
He
he was
doesn't
in
know.
danger.
Yeah, and he said he was a kid. He wouldn't know.
So you're saying he's what, like Anastasia or something?
Yeah.
Would you like
Hello.
Alexstrasio or something?
Alex
if
Strasser?
anyone would like to give me like a culture check to research dragon history?
I
Sure.
can.
Alex Strasser is the dragon queen in Warcraft.
I'm sure at least one audience member will know. I'd be very
I am
surprised if
assisting
not.
someone.
We are rolling poorly tonight.
Culture +4. Lil, set your drop down.
Oh, it didn't work this time too? It just clicked it again.
Natural 20 for dragon
I said I was
history.
assisting. So
Sorry, is everybody rolling for this one?
Anybody who wants to.
I said I was assisting somebody who was doing it because I had already looked up the other thing.
Great, and that's a 12, so I get a 26 then.
Pip, you dabbled in draconic opera.
It's not as good as the Vesk opera, but
It's not as good, but you were like, you wanted more. You thought you'd try branching out, and then you came back to the Vesk.
So Anastasia is a dragon opera, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anastasia.
Alexstrasio.
Alexstrassia, yeah. You know that the royal dragons are extremely rare. They used to run Triaxis, but were all killed
Okay.
in a war.
In a coup. I was kidding.
And this was like hundreds of years ago. Like during the gap, there just were no more.
Okay.
Before the gap, they had them. After the gap, there were no royal dragons.
All right.
They occasionally crop up, like part royal dragons. But for a full royal dragon like chicken is extremely strange.
Gotcha. I share all of this information with the party.
You know, if the stories are to be believed, like the operas, then chicken can go back and declare himself king or something.
Might be a little dangerous.
Maybe wait till he's a little bigger.
How old is he in his lifespan, do you think, Manala?
I don't know.
Life
He's
science.
yeah. You can give me a life science check.
Yeah, I could.
I could if I wanted to.
I would assume he's still a juvenile based on the current data that I have. And then +9 to that, so 20.
He's definitely like a juvenile. He's like the equivalent of like a 10-year-old human.
So 10 in dragon years, but like what in years?
Dragons don't age like that.
Okay.
They have
You have to
weird,
level them
like
up.
they have like weird various aging. Like
They
it's
age when
strange.
they feel like it.
Basically, like if you have a if you give a wormling a huge horde, they will age rapidly, and get big and powerful really fast. If you have a dragon that never gains power, it will stay little for a very long time.
So what I hear you saying is we need to get chicken a whole bunch of gold.
If you give chicken a whole bunch of gold, chicken will get bigger.
All I'm hearing is that money is actually magic, and I didn't know that.
Has it actual money, or can it just be things that he puts value on, like action figures?
That would take a bunch of reading about dragons to figure out.
So, like, if the Arkenstone was worth so much, you know?
So you could definitely find out more about dragons and figure that one out, but not here.
Okay, all I wanted to agree at this little meeting tonight was that we need to keep Chicken safe now that we know who he is. But this is something we can keep researching. But just if it comes up, we know nothing about it. Just keep Chicken safe. I'm gonna do more research tomorrow, but I'm gonna go to bed. So, but whoever wants to can stay up all night, and there's listen to coffee. So makes you read
There is
that.
listen to coffee. It's really good. It lets you remember your dreams.
Yep.
You go to bed. Next morning, what would we like to do?
I have a question. So see how in Star Trek gold is basically worthless,
Yes.
right? Like they want the gold pressed latinum, and it's the gold
Yes.
is just to make it shiny. The latinum is the
The
valuable
gold
part.
is a vehicle for the latinum.
Is gold similarly worthless here, or no? Is it?
I think credits are just a gold fiat, aren't they?
Oh, okay.
I thought that was true, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought gold was still just as valuable as
Gold
gold.
standard credits.
Gold is very useful
Mhm.
in like electronics and stuff.
Yeah.
Not as useful as it used to be, and it's pretty easy to get. But like it's significantly less. It's like aluminum. Like it's a very useful, not cheap metal. But it's not like gold.
All right. I was trying to think if we could like, get a bunch of worthless gold and give it to Chicken. And then...
I don't
What
think
happens if we just leave our cred sticks in his room
That's
overnight?
exactly what I was thinking. Like leave our cred sticks under his pillow.
I don't think we want to age him up until we're ready that he's going to have a solid majority if he wants to go back to Triaxis and make a claim. And maybe he doesn't want to make a claim. I don't know.
Yeah, I just would think having a big old dragon on our side would be pretty valuable.
You guys got to do a bunch of reading about like Dr. Spock, how to raise a dragon.
Yeah. Do you guys? I heard there's a good movie about that. Do you think that there? Do you guys think that we can? Do you think that Chicken really wants to be more than a chicken? He kind of seems to have a good time watching cartoons and guarding the ship.
Well, maybe he'll feel differently when he's older.
Maybe. Yeah.
The thing is, if we don't give him anything, he'll stay like this forever, and that's no kind of life. You gotta grow. You gotta change.
But if we expose him, he might not get older.
True. That's only if they find out about him.
I guess.
I don't want to stunt his growth just because we're poor.
We have to become rich for Chicken's sake.
It's true. You have to do it.
I mean, I'm already pretty rich, and I checked my my stocks that I've been selling some off bit by bit for the because I short sold the.
Oh yeah, you shorted it. You got some serious money from that.
I feel like are stocks something you have to go in person to collect any money on though? Like, or can you actually completely remotely trade for stocks?
I mean, today in real life, you can completely remotely trade for stocks.
He can do it remotely.
Yeah. I guess there'd be no way to stop them from hiring other people. So yeah, I guess
the sketchy broker Pip went through is trying to stonewall him, and give him less money, because they just don't want to pay you.
Right, the longer that they can hold on to it, like they're allowed to hold on to it legally for like 16 days before I can open a lawsuit. So if he holds it for all 16 days, he earns the interest for those 16 days.
Yeah.
And then he can file an extension for this many days by, responding to the court in this amount of time. And just the longer he does that, the more he gets to gather the interest instead of me.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at equipment costs and pick a reasonable number.
You told me it was an obscene number when it was still abstract. So.
It can be something that we wait to get though for a little bit. So mechanically,
he might try and give it out to me in installments or something.
All this stuff with Chicken is really mind blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, if I don't detect any more mines in the ship other than that one dead guy, then I think we're good.
How do people keep on getting on our ship without anything triggering? We have security systems, don't we?
We should get
You, in fact, do not have any real security system.
Yes, that's one of the things getting installed. That was on the list.
I was gonna say we could do that.
I thought we had something before. We didn't.
No,
have
we had
anything.
nothing
I don't
before.
have anything.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, I was thinking back to when the other guy got on the ship and how you checked sensors for life signs, but that wasn't security. That was just checking for life signs. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We just hook it up to do an automatic check for life signs, and if there's anything more than the ones that we've said are okay, the computer tells us.
We'd have to get bioscans
In a
from
loop.
everybody and put them.
It doesn't
in
help with dead people, but still.
Like,
But-
okay. Here's the least we could do. The least we can do is get a camera that's connected to the computer system, pointed at the normal door, which I'm assuming is the cargo bay, that like only records when there is motion, and also doesn't record if there's motion, but also one of us are in that room. Because like it's connected to the computer can just constantly be scanning for life. I don't know if it can actually.
Let's see.
but-
One of the things that we got biometric locks, anti-hacking systems, and there's one more thing. We had like a anti-personnel something.
Yeah, the biometric locks were installed first thing because they're easy.
Then how did it get on?
That's for
Who
our
knows?
rooms. I thought.
No, that's for the ship.
Oh.
It climbed up the exhaust pipe. Do we have an
Who's to
exhaust
say?
pipe?
It's dead.
And we have Mark V defense.
Maybe it died on the
countermeasures.
ship. Maybe it's already here.
That's
You have its body. You have the any equipment it had with it.
We can speak with dead. That's a thing, right? Let's just go find a cleric.
We could have speaked with head if you hadn't shot it.
true.
He was rolling away.
Not very
Getting
quickly.
away.
Yeah, there we go. Anti-personnel weapon. Azimuth laser rifle. It was only 1 point to add that, and we had a spare point. There we go. There is now a laser rifle that will shoot at things that aren't supposed to be on our ship.
Nice. What is it? Roam around, or is it just a drop down from the ceiling kind of business?
I don't know.
It's like in
The dancing azimuth laser rifle.
in Star Wars when they're getting on they're on Hoth and they're getting on the Millennium Falcon and that one gun pops out. It's that.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
So yeah, its body is still on your ship. The only one who knew how he got on is dead.
All right.
What would we like to do today? You've got your shipment from Zidel. You've got
I want to find a mining laser.
yeah, totally.
Done. Cool.
A ship level mining laser.
You
right?
you ask Katesh,
Mhm.
and Katesh says, "I know some crazy dwarves. I'd talk to them."
All right. I get their contact info.
You go there, and they're dwarves. They mostly run salvage missions. They do a little bit of illegal mining, hence the guns. And they say, "So you're looking for a mining laser?"
Yeah, looking for a ship-sized. Doesn't have to be a major mining laser, but a ship-sized.
Hey, Black Eye! And this dwarf with this
Eye.
beard,
Ah,
this
Very
beard that
confused
is singed, like he's scarred on one side, so it doesn't grow there, but it's growing everywhere else. And he's got this black metal eye,
Ooh.
synthetic eye where his eye should be. And he comes over, and he looks at you with it.
Can I have that?
He's like, "No, but it's just metal. It's not special.
Oh,
I like to scare people with it.
still kind of want it.
It is pretty cool." Pops it out.
Woo!
He opens it up and he's like, "I keep a few credits in there."
Nuts.
Oh, I love
It's been
it.
20 years.
What was I here for? Oh, right. Mining laser.
Mining laser,
Ship mounted.
ship mounted, articulated.
If we can, but if it's got to be the way the ship's facing, that's fine. If we can get a little more power, that's the trade-off I'm willing to make. Articulated low power, ship direction facing medium power.
What about articulated high power and extremely unsafe?
Yes, that's what I want. That's what I'm here for.
For sure, yeah.
I love this guy.
I especially like the way Lincoln crosses his eyes.
That's great.
He brings you over and he says, "You're that crazy Yosoki Katesh was talking about, right?"
I mean, unless Katesh makes friends with lots of crazy Yosoki.
No, mostly murderous Yosoki.
Yeah, that's a little sketch. I guess he's a cat, though.
And they called me, said you'd be coming over. He shows you this this big sort of, it's like this arm like that folds up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like the space shuttle arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those, but it's got this big heavy power cable that goes out to the end with this sort of kind of semi-grabby mining lasery
Nice.
apparatus on there.
So the kind of thing we're going to mount to the top of the ship and the arm will extend to do mining?
Yeah.
Cool.
So like grab something and like cut it or manipulate it. It's an arm.
Cool. And it's got a laser in it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's pretty neat.
He said, technically, not a mining laser. Technically, it's a laser cannon that's been mounted to the end of an arm.
I'll take what I can get. High
Uh,
power, though?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
And he says, you can use it as a weapon, but if you want to use it really high power to really do stuff, you can't be moving.
Cool.
It jacks directly into your core. It's a little sketchy, but I think you can handle it.
Great. Can you have it sent to hangar 4615, blah, 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 blah?
Absolutely. And he starts shouting in Dwarvish at some people. And then one of them, like, doesn't get up fast enough, and he, like, pulls out a gun, and he, like, at their feet. Except he's not, like, the other dwarf is not like, oh, God. They're just like, I'm going.
He does this often.
It's Friday.
Anything else I can do for you?
Any other cool stuff?
All kinds of cool stuff. What are you after?
Oh, shit. Let's see. We got the fighter jet.
He starts walking you around. He's got, like, missiles, and he's got grappling hooks, and he's got, like, all kinds of crazy stuff.
What about, like, a tractor beam?
He explains that he's sort of like a weaponsmith. He makes ship weapons.
What about a tractor beam, or barring that, some grappling hook-like thing that we could use to grab onto other ships? Either, like, bigger ships to grab on and follow them, or smaller ships to grab on and pull them in.
He says,
Like a hook shot.
I could bake that. I don't have one right now. It's a cable light enough and strong enough, and a grappling hook that could grab onto just about anything. That's tough to make.
And you probably have to have some grappling hook mounted thrusters for the pulling.
And I have to come up with the controls for all that, and a way to mount it to your ship so you don't rip yourself in half.
Right.
I could do it.
Yeah. How much?
You bring me the parts. I'll make that happen.
Great.
Oh, okay, cool. We can do a salvage run while we're out.
And he says, I'd need, an advanced control unit, some reinforcing for your ship, and something really strong to make the cable out of.
All right. So advanced control unit, reinforcement for ship, and strong cable. Like spider silk. Space
Like
spider.
adamantine, except adamantine's way too heavy.
It's like light at carbon fiber adamantine.
Something like that. If that exists, I want some.
Me too. All right, someone else.
And he says, cool. I believe that people want to do some research.
Percy, I was going to ask Percy in the morning, that dead guy is still there, and be like, hey, this undead dead guy is still here. Did you want to, I don't know, take a sample, put it in the lab, and see if we can find anything out?
I guess. I was hoping we just burn it.
I'd like to do that. Let's take a sample before we do.
Okay. I'll take a brain
sample.
sample. Ooh, I want to look at his brain cells.
Now I want to take a brain sample, and I want to take a skin sample, and then I want to burn it up.
You may have all of that. You can incinerate the remains. On his person, there was his jumpsuit. There was
Any
that
labels?
vicious knife, no labels. That vicious knife and a single sort of necrotizing blaster.
Ooh, scary.
Any brand on the blaster?
It's Eoxian.
Okay.
The idea is that their weapons don't work on them.
Yeah, it's all negative energy, right? Doesn't it
Yeah.
heal? Actually, no,
negative
sorry.
energy
Pathfinder, that does not heal them. It just doesn't work. My bad.
Yeah. So, like, you know, if you're an Eoxian, you can just set off a negative energy grenade at your feet. It does not bother you at all.
It's really cool.
I'm doing research just on dragons and totems and stuff, which Lily has already done. So unless I get something beyond her, then it doesn't matter. But I do want to look up, what was it that I messaged? There was something I messaged. Oh yeah, like lost or forgotten dragon deities, and or just really powerful slumbering dragons.
You find information about an ancient primordial Triaxian deity known as Atau.
Atau. Atau?
Yes.
He is a Tau.
Yeah.
Atau.
There's a race
okay.
in 40K called Tau.
And then there's on the page, it's like 15 other spellings for this, because the culture that created him did not have a written language.
Yeah, it's like fucking
like when
Skyrim. But I want to, I'll take anything that I can on Atau and anything that I can find, but also I want to look up, since Klob knows a little bit of biosciences, life science, I mean, and a little bit of physical science, I know generally speaking about the canon fringe theory that the ley lines are a network that form a living organism in the universe. And so since he said a living planet, I'm going to also try to find like conspiracy theorist work where they're actually doing real studies, not just retards like doing things like spelling. I actually want to find people that are really looking into and studying the giant interlocking organism.
Yes, it's called hyperconsciousness theory.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember any. I don't know much about it because that's not like my field, and it is a conspiracy, not a like legitimate scientific theory within the world.
I really want to help if you let me in on this, but it's okay if you don't.
Oh no, I will let Percy in on it. In that I am researching it. I'm just not going to tell you why. So I'm going to be like, hey, you ever hear that weird thing? You know, the whole ley lines.
Oh, dude, the forums are all lit up about it.
Hyperconsciousness.
Chemtrails, right?
Yeah. There's a lot.
Line trails.
People think like there's new ley line like running through their town and starts fucking with people's heads.
Oh yeah, Percy,
you know
you've
about
heard
like the
about
warp
this.
of space time, right? And how like that affects where the ley lines end up in our dimension, right?
Yeah. Totally.
So, like,
I mean, I honestly don't know too much about it, but like, look, if there is some truth to it, then the ley line organism doesn't want 5% of the people dying, right? Like that's true. Like it's white blood cells. So
kind of, if it's white blood cells destroyed the environment.
So maybe we can make the universe mad at the pathogen and make it stop it. So we should do all the research we can on that. Get back to me.
Good call.
Yeah.
You guys do a bunch of research, and Percy, you haven't really thought about like hyperconsciousness theory for a while because it's just sort of like it's not really in your wheelhouse.
No, I just read about it. I've got buddies online. I don't know their names or anything about them.
Percy once spent a day watching 12 hours of space tube videos on it.
Yeah, I was in the deep
about
end of space
about
tube.
it.
Yeah.
But then you're like, this isn't really my thing.
It's called flat universe theory.
You find out there's a large group of people who believe that certain planets, if they're lined up with ley lines just right, focused by powerful drift lensing, the sort of whole network of life on a planet can come to life, like become self-aware as a gestalt organism.
And this is stuff they've published, and is it not believed, or is it just not tested, or what?
It was sort of like a theoretical thing, where it's like, hey, this doesn't technically break any of the rules.
So it's a mathematical theory, not a tested theory in any way.
Yeah, it's like we don't even know how we would test this.
Yeah, how would you test it? I was gonna say.
But like it doesn't break the rules.
Well, that's cool. I mean, like, look, this staff. I take out my old staff, which is a little bit like bent and messed up now that I stuck it in the circuit, like to prevent that one trap. This thing used to actually manipulate ley lines on a planet, but it only worked on that planet.
I will take a let's say mysticism or uh, physical science check.
Okay. And as I said, the staff did do that, but I didn't really know how it worked, so I'm not like
Reduce the DC by 5. Mine.
I rolled pretty good. And
Percy, you're looking at the data on this paper. You're looking at everything you know about the planet you want to resettle your family on, and you kind of get into one of your little fugue states where you just go start searching stuff, and you're pulling up like ley line maps,
The
and a bunch of other
harmonics!
stuff, and you think I've forgotten the name of the planet again.
Arquand.
You think Arquand is in the perfect spot to have become a hyperconsciousness.
Makes sense. It all makes sense. Claude, do you understand what this means? Claude.
I mean, sort of.
He's like falling down a rabbit hole on SpaceTube watching stupid cow videos.
Sorry, what?
It's been like 2 hours.
I mean, it's very important. Yeah, we can use this to alert people or something. I'm just like completely trying to find out info for my purposes, and I haven't.
What if the universal consciousness is the only true consciousness, and we're all manufactured by the ley line consciousness manifesting physical interpretations of its own internal conflicts? We're all an illusion.
I don't think I'm an illusion. Gonna go out.
Club, you're looking over Percy's shoulder at
Will
the
save
stuff
to disbelieve
Percy's
my own existence.
done, and we'll save them. And Percy has the stuff up on his page, and you look at it, and you also sort of get the understanding that, like, if there was going to be a place where the planet would come to life, it would be Arquand. You make it, Pip. You're good.
So I know that I don't exist now.
No, you know you're real.
Oh,
At
okay.
least for now. If you failed, you would suddenly believe you're not real.
Pip's not even there right now. I just thought it was funny.
But yeah, Club, you if there was going to be a planet that was alive, it'd be this one.
All right.
Manila has been having like a slow, chill morning, and we're making space waffles or whatever for everyone. And like I come out with all these crazy drinks and purple fruit, and I see that they're like deep in the throes of this research, and I'm like, "What just happened?"
Manila, look.
Like first he's having this light bulb moment, and I'm just like, I have no context for this.
Psychic planet!
Of Lashunta coffee.
I can see that. I should tell the computer to not let you have any more.
You see that Percy. You see all of Percy's research.
I look through it and I'm like, hyperconsciousness theory, ley lines. Everybody knows that's all, like old spouses' tales.
Wait a second. I want to do this research on Akaton. See if there's nothing.
Sure.
That's why the planet's dying.
That could explain why it was
Ooh.
dying.
No more ley lines.
It's
You
dying
see,
because of the
there
sun.
are very, very few ley lines that pass through Ekaton.
Okay.
And all that excessive mining has disrupted things even further.
I'm seeing Percy like try to prove this. I'm like, Percy, you know why Akaton's dying? It's because of the sun and the planet's old. Don't believe any of this.
It is
that could be
complex
contributing.
ecological processes, not just this one thing.
There's a lot of things happening, man. We've got a small sample size right now, but this could be a huge breakthrough.
I'll try to keep an open mind.
Cool. You guys said you also wanted to scan the cargo from Zidel.
Mm-hmm.
Pip wanted to, and I said you can do whatever you want here as long as you don't open it or disrupt the biostasis setting.
Just to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, they said to keep
You
charge.
take it, and there's a little control panel on it, and you boop, 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 mess with it, and there's a button to make the top of the box transparent.
Cool.
To check on what's in there, and you push it, and you see sort of lined up, just like nicely in there, is maybe a dozen or more these round blue translucent eggs.
I was gonna guess organs, and like people need organs, so that's fine.
No, they're tadpoles, basically.
I know. I identify the egg species.
They're callow. We have
I mean-
callow babies on the ship.
I know.
I can try. If you
Sure, give it a shot.
Yeah. And then add 9, so 17.
And then you reduce the DC by 5.
Mm-hmm. For rare
Yeah.
species. For rare species, not for regular.
Well, then, still, hollow eggs.
Cool. I'm like, yeah.
They look like they're gestating.
This seems
Cool.
much more important than he was, giving precedence to.
It's a job. And he needs to treat it like a job, no matter how important it is.
Yeah, but
Why
like,
these would be off planet in the first place?
Maybe there's a fertility crisis on Kahlo that we don't know about.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe.
Anyway, where's Kahlo?
Around the gas giant Bethesda.
That's out towards the edge of the system, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
Currently
It's like
away
the fourth
from
from the
most
edge,
of the
is that right?
fighting.
Third from that?
All right, let's finish the ship and then let's get on a mission, right? We got to go to Kalamohoy. We got to go to Apaste.
Oh, good. Is Bethesda also aquatic, or is it just?
It's a gas giant. One of the moons
Sorry,
is
of
aquatic.
course. It's a gas. giant.
gaseous.
That's all I needed there. Actually,
A
you're right.
gas giant has intelligent space whales that live there.
Fuck yes. It's so cool.
And they live in the atmosphere,
Who
not,
saw
not
the space
at the
whales in
surface.
the drift?
It's the whale from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's cool.
Who am I?
Is there a surface of Bethesda?
Not
Is it
that
solids?
the Bethesdans talk about.
Okay, cool.
There's a
Um,
point where the gas gets really dense. It's a
Most
gas
people, yeah.
giant, right?
Well, gas giants have cores. I mean, not all of them, but they have rocky or icy cores. Most of them.
Yeah.
Or some of them we think have liquid.
Um,
I believe. I think that's right.
I want to
what
make.
else do you guys want to do?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure that Pip didn't leave the lid transparent in case something happens and
Oh,
we
no.
get bored. Even though these are no smuggling holes, I don't want anybody to be able to easily identify what they are. In case
Absolutely.
That's very critical.
No, I'm going to strap him down safe.
I think since we've made some expansions, we might want to bring on an extra crew member that can maybe stay with the ship whenever we need to go off and do stuff. I mean, Bree's always here, which is great, but
Bree's good at a fight if we can have her, though.
Let's get-
Like a research assistant?
maybe.
We
I
get
don't know.
Bree
We'll find somebody
and
like
a
it.
fucking dragon.
Well, he needs to stay incognito as a chicken, though.
Yeah, but
In Poyato.
I mean, we could hire somebody we trust. Where's that little dragon person gone off to? The kobold we met on the station where the jungle box. Lincoln.
Oh, that one.
He's a
Yeah.
performer.
You haven't been with that one for a long time. That was
Yeah. And Percy, if you want a research assistant, I don't know if we'll be able to find somebody like that here. These are not.
No, I was just wondering. There's a lot
There's
of people
definitely
who work
always
here, I'm
folks
sure.
looking to ship up
Yeah.
on a crew with people here.
Okay.
I mean, you can give me like
Lammy.
name, race, age, height, like.
I'm just tossing out since this is our last chance if we want to get someone here. That's cool.
I would love to get someone trustworthy, but yeah.
There might be trustworthy people here.
As long as I think they're trustworthy as long as like we're paying them, right? Like,
I mean, it's not like this place is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. It's only
isn't
kind
that
of wretched.
exactly how it was described to us? Almost word for word, I think, by Captain Bloodglaive.
Everyone I've met has been very nice.
Yeah.
You have also witnessed people stab each other and like shootouts in the street, but like
Not to us.
not to you guys.
That's when it gets rude.
Everyone we've talked to has been really nice and like giving us a bunch of free shit.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
It is pretty suspicious.
I'm gonna put up a little like I'm just gonna put up a sign on the message board that says like Red Rock looking for trustworthy crew. Like
Slash-
auditions will be held.
You like immediately start getting like responses.
And then I'm basically gonna set up like I'm just gonna like rent some space in a cargo bay somewhere, like not ours, and like bring people in. And we'll have like a desk set up, and it'll be like fucking American Idol auditions. And like if people
I
come
want
in,
it to
and be
be like X Factor, like we hit the button and we turn around.
yeah, like tell us why you think you'd be an excellent addition to our crew.
If he's really gonna do those, I need to go with him because
Yeah.
I have psychic abilities. I'm better at reading people.
Oh,
and if I
absolutely.
want
No,
to
no.
have any know-how for science.
Who just wants to be
he's a
Simon
person.
Cowell?
I run background checks on them all, and they're all pirates. Every single one.
So, tell me what you want in a crew member.
Percy, what is your goal at first start?
I'm just thinking so we can relax about the ship a little bit.
Players can also tell me, like, we think this
Yeah.
species is cool and want to hang out with one.
Kasatha, right? The four-armed guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're cool. We haven't seen
Totally.
a lot of Kasatha.
Aren't they big and strong too? Aren't they medium? Aren't they large sized?
Oh, you know what? It'd be fun to have a Kasatha to pilot our fighter.
Sure. I figured you would want to pilot it.
Yeah, we'd be flying the ship.
Dude,
You
Caboose
can
would
let
never
Percy
have
fly the
problems.
ship. Percy's a great pilot.
I'm a better pilot.
Yeah, Percy can fly the fighter. Okay, so we want
Like
someone who
a-
can watch the ship and
Do you want,
probably
like, a
man
weapons
guns.
specialist?
That'd be cool.
A what specialist?
A weapons specialist?
Yeah, that's probably what we want, right? We don't have one of those.
Sure, yeah. The Kasatha are the four-armed blue people, right? With the cone heads?
Yeah.
I guess I thought Alex had said to me earlier she also wanted someone to help with research. Oh wait, no, that was Brandon who said that. I'm sorry. Brandon,
was
you
doing
and I
the research
actually
on
talked about having somebody to also help with research.
That's right.
Maybe
Yeah, yeah,
find
yeah.
someone halfway in between.
Yeah, we were sort of thinking that since
Three
we
arms.
sometimes have to.
Yeah, exactly.
A weapons specialist / researcher. Wow.
Yeah, like somebody that can be like a specific researcher person so that we can have them do tasks while we're actually doing important stuff. That way we
Yeah.
don't need to waste our own time.
Basically,
And
we
also,
just want,
like, fabricate
a steward
basic
of the
stuff.
ship who will just do stuff when we tell it to. Like a really
and-
advanced computer.
And building stuff in Starfinder is pretty simple. You just need to have the relevant skill, nothing else. No other problems.
True.
So like, I'm pretty sure we can find somebody who is some kind of fabricator worker,
Those dudes are cool.
is trained in the equipment, knows how to use a workbench.
Cool.
Whoops, I pasted that to Brandon.
Could be two people.
After you sort of go through everybody, the only people who really seem like you'd want them are a Kasatha sort of expatriate, sort of big, burly, four-armed weapons specialist.
Where Kasatha from? Which planet? Do you
The
guys know?
space station Idari.
Hmm.
A generational ship from another space station. They showed up, and they have pretty limited technology.
Yeah.
Like they got here with a solar sail.
Crazy.
Um,
That must have taken a while.
yeah, it was a generational ship. And that space station just in orbit. You meet them. You meet a Strix, who
Whoa, Strix are so cool.
might work out, and you might meet an Ikeshti from Akaton.
What's
Really
the
buff
Strix's
Strix.
name? Is it Rhiannon?
It can be.
No, no.
Cool. That's
It-
where she went.
What their race?
Lizard people
Oh,
from Akaton.
I'm fine with that, or I'm honestly fine with whatever. They all sound cool.
Strix are super cool.
They are, but I feel like they're also antisocial, right? Isn't that their thing?
Male or female Strix?
Female Strix.
Cool. I vote for Rhiannon.
Cobb, any feelings?
I have Fleetwood Mac stuck in my
These
head.
all seem good. I like the forearm. Forget
Kasatha.
what they're called. Kasatha, yeah. And the space station sounds cool.
Percy?
Maybe we can-
Yeah, because that sounds cool.
All right, Jake, you've been outvoted.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Oh, is that how it works?
I don't know. Like
You guys have room.
we've got room and a fuck ton of credits.
No, but like, we do have physical room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ship's big.
You know, four people of the workers in a room. They don't get private rooms. Cots, bunk beds, bunk cots.
Yeah,
How
you
many
know,
people could we reasonably hire, Lincoln?
Pips lives in the engine room.
Mhm.
if Percy and Maynala shared, you could hire like 4 people.
Okay. Let's do that.
I feel like Percy probably would want to share a room so that someone's always watching back.
Oh yeah, I sleepwalk. I need someone to keep me from messing with the computers at night.
Do Klob and what's her name? Bree share a room?
I don't think your rooms are big enough.
Okay, where's Bree been sleeping?
You could tell Katesh to knock down
Ask
the wall
Maynala.
between clubs and ask Maynala. You know, yeah, sure. Club and Bree can share a room.
Great.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, maybe I don't want to share a room with my Nana. She's always bringing people back.
Oh man.
She hasn't brought anyone back. She's always gone
Socks
to
on
their
the
place.
door.
She's always gone to
She
their
has-
place.
She has the decency to go there.
Yeah, I usually do that kind of stuff out, and
Yeah,
then I
remember
come
that.
back. My place is my place.
Remember when you
The
and Bree
booty call
come out here
numero-
for 3 days?
Site Zero booty call was definitely, she came out of the taxi to us. So, I guess we didn't own the ship back then. Never mind.
So is the Burly Kasatha a male?
Yes.
Okay, he's a weapon specialist. There's a female Strix. What's her specialty?
She's also a weapon specialist, but she's just like sort of a general like deckhand.
Okay.
She may be better for research too.
And then what was the last one? The lizard dude?
The Akeshti, yeah.
Right, Ikeshti.
Kesh-
Male or female?
Indeterminate.
Okay.
They didn't want to say.
Wait, sorry. What is it? Akashi? No, that's something.
Akeshi, A-K-E.
It's with an
Okashi.
I.
You know, Pip, you and Percy both know Akeshti have these weird life cycle things where like different genders have these wildly different phases.
And the Ikeshti specialization is research, or?
Sure, it can be research. They can be a science officer.
All right.
You're gonna hire 3 folks.
That sounds good to me.
You could hire 4 if you wanted. I could make up a 4th person.
I think 3 is a lot to manage already. It's probably good. Unless we want 4 so that each of us is also managing a second person.
I would love, 4. That would be good for that reason. Although, like, we
We
have
still
3
technically
already.
have 3
Yeah.
and chicken. Thoughts?
I mean, Lincoln needs to say chicken. We could put Bree on one of us and then have the 3. I think would be fine.
Whatever. And if nobody wants Bree, like I can take Bree and work out with Lincoln how to spec out her crazy prismatic arm thing.
I would love to have one more person who's like the quartermaster, although maybe the Strix could do that. Like
I feel like that's probably
an
Sure, you
operations
could-
officer.
You could have like a what would be a weird fun race to have, like a kitsune or like another like a shiren, like a weird bug person.
You're cool.
I like Sheeran.
What would you
Sheeran
like?
Cool. A Sheeran would be super cool as a
Sheeran's
quartermaster. Like
Cool.
someone who's really meticulous, and I can see that role playing well, like a meticulous insect.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
A systems engineer.
Sorry, did we already get the researcher or no?
Yeah, the
The
Ikeshti.
The Akeshti.
Okay, cool. Never.
Tell me more about this Sheeran.
The shiren, they've got this. They're very slight and have bright blue carapace. And they're a systems engineer. They're like an operations officer. They're
Now-
fiddly.
When we're hiring them, is it for these specific jobs and it's like contract work, or I'm assuming that's what this is like for them.
Yeah, they're looking for a crew to make money.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like they can just leave at any port. And we'll pay them for the work and stuff.
Yeah, they're not on contract for a year or anything like that.
And I'm gonna set up that maybe this will make things simple. We'll pay them out of the funds I'm getting from the stock, so that we don't have to manage that.
Sure, yeah.
That sounds good.
We can wave our hands on both sides of that.
Nice. They're getting paid well, and they're really happy about it.
I've got it like set up back in an investment fund so that just like the interest is paying them.
Yeah.
If we set up a 401k for our crew.
They're like, wow, nice.
Oh, dental.
They all kind of come to the ship and they ask the big Kasatha, who's been silent this whole time, and has like kind of a weird mask thing that he wears. Like it's just like a piece of cloth that like just covers the lower half of his face.
It's a weird veil.
And he says, "Will we be providing our own equipment?"
Would you like to?
And he says, "Up to you."
Let's say for now, yes. But if you've got requests, we can look for shit while we're out doing shit.
Will that be going through the bug?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her job, right?
You can talk to. What's the Sharon's name?
Let's name them right now.
Okay.
Dakt.
Dak.
D-A-K-T. Dakt.
Cool. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Dact will be managing requisitions. He will forward your requisitions requests to us, and we'll see what we can do.
I was gonna say to him, "You can go through Dact, or you can always make requests of me."
Ooh.
So, yeah.
When did the farm pick up insects?
What?
Used to be mammals and birds only. Now there's insects.
This
True. That's actually true. We had 2 cows and a chicken.
These are not farm animals.
the Ikeshti has like an MD or something, right? So that they can be our doctor.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Akeshi MD. Akeshti. Sorry.
No. I mean, Percy's the real doctor. Akeshti's our research assistant.
Percy doesn't have an MD. The Akeshti does.
Yes, this
Really?
Ikeshti is very strange. They're extremely well educated. Like, they have a lot of letters after their name. They've been to school a bunch. It's really weird that they're here.
No, it makes sense. I want to walk on the wild side and see things that are not university approved. I get it.
They had a history where they had to get away from some stuff, and you know what? We're giving them a new chance.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Before we finish tonight, I want to have names for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can name them together.
So what's this burly Kasatha weapons specialist named?
I think I like Visaf.
How do you spell that?
Vissaf.
I like that.
Dude, this guy is Vis-A-F.
The Strix.
You can name the Strix because you're the only one here who's ever played a Strix.
I mean, I would name her Rhiannon, but
Let's name her after another Fleetwood Mac song.
Rhiannon was my character in Brandon's game.
And Dract was the Shirin, right?
Dact.
Yep.
Dakt.
Sorry.
We can name her Rhiannon.
Great. That's easy for me to remember.
Yeah, the Strix name is Rhiannon.
Just don't get the characters confused.
No,
Jake.
she's a different character. Just same name.
Me, careful.
You should jump on your
giant
laptop.
cat.
Oh my god, now we're really on a farm.
So now, with
And
a
the-
full ship,
Ikeshti
Yeah.
needs a name.
The Akeshti.
Yes,
but
they
the thing
do.
is that Akeshti names are probably all in, like,
Percy, what name do we
Lizard
want to
sound.
shout endlessly and be like, get on it?
Dr.
man.
Vazan.
Vizon. It's good.
That's
That's something that
Akeshti?
we can definitely easily shout.
Zan.
Vizan.
I did with A's, but
And sorry, what was
Yeah.
the Kasatha's name again? Wasn't that similar?
Visaf.
Visaf and Vizan. Do we want to change one of those?
And we should
Which one do you wanna
talk about
change?
What are the starting?
Actually, no. You know what? I don't want to change it. Can we just have Visaf and Visan?
Oh my god, that's really funny.
Viz off and Viz on. They're spelled differently enough.
You know what? If you
Okay.
spoke their native language, you could easily tell the difference. It's only
Yeah.
And there's
foolish
also one has Doctor. One's first name is Doctor.
Yeah, that's true.
Just call them Doc.
Visaf.
Doc.
So we've got Dr. Vazan, Visef, the weapons specialist, Rhiannon. We've got Dakt, the operations officer, Bree, the assistant to the chief engineer. Or are you just going to make her the chief engineer and Pip, you're the pilot? And then we've got the rest of our crew right here. The ship's totally full.
Pip's the CTO. They can be
Over
chief
the next
engineer if they
few
want.
days, all the upgrades are completed.
Woo!
and you are ready to set off into the black once more.
All right.
Nice.
Those void jokes we were making.
Yeah. Any last things you'd like to take care of
Feel
in
good.
Freeport Station?
We've got a fucking articulating mining laser hand. I'm happy.
Nice.
We could just
Can-
this could
can
be
I
our,
do
we
the-
could just end the game right there. Mission accomplished.
I do
done,
the,
done credits.
Can I do the after credits scene, please?
Yes.
After credits.
Uh,
Dark cargo hold. Crack of light. Light bulb goes like up. UV light gets installed. Totem gets tossed back in. Door closes.
nice. Gosh, you're so spooked with that thing.
Come back every day and water it.
You got a grow light set up in there.
Did you buy it from Katesh?
Katesh, you definitely bought a little grow setup for Katesh. And Katesh was like, all right, yeah.
Nice.
All
Haven
right.
pizza.
Fantastic. Our players are back on their feet, enhanced with a better ship, with a real crew off to cause some trouble. We hope you join all of us next week to see what kind of trouble that is.
Yeah.
Adios. Jake, you have an announcement.
Yes. You normally on Wednesdays we play Princes of Azamar, which is our D&D game, and it's super awesome. This week there will be no Princes, because we've got enough folks traveling that it becomes a bit of a mess. So in 2 days, this Wednesday the 20th, no Princes. But then Wednesday the 27th, after the next episode of Into the Black, Princes of Azamar will return as the players head into the 9 deserts. Dun,
It's gonna be great.
It will.
Sort of like a mid-season finale, except it wasn't planned that way.
It works out though.
What do
So
you mean?
long, everybody.
Bye.